Hi all, welcome back to Beanie Composter. It's my birthday today, so guess what they've bought me?
It's not compost.
Don't worry, a naked lady's not gonna jump out of this, unfortunately.
So open it then, you will see it's not compost.
So if you have a look in here, that's why you need to be mega careful when you're opening it. So if you've got something sharp like a pair of scissors or a Stanley knife, be really careful, as you don't want to be piercing, the black stuff. Whoa, what is that?
That's compost.
I'd kind of been, thinking about getting a mini hot composting bin for a little while. I'd looked on eBay and Gumtree, I'd missed a couple, and some of them were going for quite a, substantial price considering they were second hand. But I thought with the channel we're doing now, and plus, our garden, we get so much waste from it, I just thought it'd be nice to try out some different things, some different methods. So I was well happy when I received this for my birthday, so I thought it's quite a nice time that we gave you a review of the mini. And you saw earlier on in this video me opening it. Obviously it tells you on the box not to use sharp objects, we just use scissors, but going carefully. When I actually went to pick it up, it was actually quite heavy, and it wasn't until like we'd unboxed it and I realised it had all the bulking agent inside and the other stuff that, considering it's the mini, you need to be mindful when you get it delivered that, if you live in a house where you've got no access to the back garden apart from through the house, then, it isn't light for someone maybe if you're a bit older, or if you've got like a bad back, or so that's one thing to be mindful about when you order it, that you can actually get someone to lift it around the back for you, because even the mini is quite heavy when it's got all the bulking agent and bits inside. There's one good thing about when you unbox one of these things, you don't have to get rid of the cardboard, because the actual thing will eat it for you. Well, you've heard of tree huggers. I'm gonna be a compost hugger. Only joking, but these things do get quite obsessive, and I never thought I'd be having like another one in the family. So let's see what you do get when you do, if you are gonna go for the mini. So from my first impressions, it is, small and compared to the large one. So I guess if you've got just, a small garden and only a little bit of household waste, then probably this would be ideal for you. So we've still got the aeration valve there, and inside you've got your charcoal bag, which prevents all your bad smells from coming out of the hot bin. You've got your temperature dial on the outside. This is a Mark II, which you only get the Mark II, the mini one in the Mark II. The original larger one, you used to get a Mark I, and then you have a Mark II now, but they obviously haven't addressed the squeaky lid, because there's two annoying sounds on the videos, and that's that lid sound, and when I'm tipping paper out of that paper, out of the plastic bag, that's another really annoying sound. So we're going to try and address that in the future videos, so we don't annoy and pee people off. They have changed a couple of things on the Mark II design. The first noticeable one is the actual, the lid where it sits in. So on the Mark II one, that was just flat there, so you've got a nice groove there, which as that lid sits in there, you're going to have a nice tighter seal, and that's probably going to help the heat stay in there. When it comes to the sides, on the Mark 1, you had a big sort of bulge coming out there. With this Mk2 mini one, you don't have that, so it's all nice and flush. As we come down, you've got, on the mini, you've only got one strap on these, whereas on the larger one, you've got two straps that go across the door. And they normally leave you like a little line there to show where you need to sort of have the strap. If we can take the door off, I haven't taken that off yet, so, and it is so that's really tight. This is the first time I've taken this door off, and not too many changes with that compared to the large one. Inside you find, you know, all the items you need that comes with it. So we'll open this. You've got a raking stick, that actually looks smaller. You've got your kickstart bottle, there's a user guide, a cam strap which holds on the front door, and we have a thermometer, which, you know, this one's quite small compared to what I got originally from, you know, the larger one, so I don't know if that's just because it's a mini one, or, you know, I don't really know. You'd have to ask someone in the hot composting company about that, but that's actually the probe is actually quite short there. And I remember on one of our previous videos someone did say to me that, you know, the probe was quite short, and I did say to them that I thought they had the actual, you know, maybe they'd ordered the wrong one and they'd got this one that goes in the actual top bit. So I don't know, maybe the Hotbin company are just selling the, you know, to save money, maybe they're just selling, you know, the real short ones now. So when I bought the larger hot composting bin, which was, you know, over 3 years ago now, ours came with, you know, this real long thermometer, and if you compare what the mini one is, you know, that's quite a lot shorter than, you know, you can see there. So I don't know if they're just trying to save some money on the hot bins now, or, you know, there's a reason for the smaller ones. I mean, even if you had that, you know, poking in, you know, it's never going to go right the way down, because, you know, you need to get the waste up to the hatch door anyway before, you know, it starts working properly. So I don't see why you've got such a small one there. Maybe there is a reason. I do like the fact that it's got your green bit in there that shows you when you are actually hot composting. With the raking stick, which really is basically just a, you know, a mini roller for painting, well, the one I originally got with, you know, the large hot composting bin, the handle is actually quite substantial, you know, strong, and quite a lot bigger than the mini one. If you can see there, you've got a massive difference in the actual quality of the plastic on this mini one. You get your kickstart bottle, which that's for, you know, bringing the compost bin up to temperature if the weather gets cold, or if you've been on holiday and it's, you know, dropped in temperature. So you get that as well. You get a bag of bulking agent, which is probably enough to keep you going for a little while, but as I've said, you know, watch our videos and, you know, bulking agent won't be such a problem, so use this one first. In your actual Hotbin Composter, at the bottom here you've got a base plate, which actually this comes out real nice and easily. It sits on, you know, a thing there, and that just slides in and out real easy. You've got the holes here, and all your leachate which comes through your compost will just drain into there, and then you've got a bit here which undoes, and you can get your leachate out of there into like a tray and collect it for, you know, using for feed. So with this thing there, when we first got it, the blue bit that was on, that was quite tight to undo. It was almost like, you know, the tops you get on, say, like a water bottle where it's all, you know, sealed together. So when you first turn that, it takes a bit of, you know, turning, and you know, I was a bit concerned that if I had to turn it too hard it might just all rip off, but it's fine. So that's one thing just to be wary of when you take that off. It's a bit like opening a bottle of water where you've got the bits that just click off. So behind this base plate, if you take that out, then, you know, you've got just a little bit of mesh that's just slotted in this one here, so it's actually, you know, removable, so it's not stuck down. When you first get your hot composting bin and you take it out of the box, you won't need to take the door off, it'll be in there ready, so you just put the cam strap on. But if you did want to just take the door off just to check in case it's damaged and that, then these are actually so light when they're empty that I would suggest laying it on the floor, sort of on its back like that, and then just getting the door, because, you know, it's so light. If you try and push this on while it's upright, it just keep falling over and you could end up damaging it. So I would suggest just putting it on its back and then just gently, you know, pushing the door back in, you know, nice and gently. Don't force it, just nice and gently, and you'll see it just slot in nice and easy, and that'll just save you damaging your compost bin when you're like, if you did want to check the door hatch. Once you have, you know, taken it out of the cardboard, and you've taken all your bulking agent and stuff out of it, it's actually very, very light, and, you know, the mini one is very easy to walk around your garden, you know, finding the place that you want to put it. So from that aspect, I'd give it a real good thumbs up in terms of you can easily move it around and get it to a place you want. Quite pretty, slim, it would fit in most places. So if you have got a small garden or somewhere, you know, where you're not having a lot of waste, then this is probably going to be really great in terms of it's not going to, you know, intrude your garden too much. That can sort of sit on the sidelines and no one's going to see it, you know, not like it's Big Brother that's, you know, almost the size of a wheelie bin. So if you just want a small one, I think this is probably going to be perfect. Okay guys, for all of you that you know, come to this channel quite often, this is the, you know, summary on the bench. So as I said to you, I'd been wanting to get a mini for quite a while since we've been doing this channel. I thought it would give me an opportunity to sort of maybe experiment and, you know, cause some, you know, issues that come up for you guys on the channel where, you know, I'm running the large one just normally because we got so much waste to get rid of, but I thought this would be a good opportunity to get one that we could sort of play around with and, you know, maybe try stuff out where it goes, you know, smelly, and, you know, solve sort of problems. So, you know, if you guys have got some ideas of what you want me to sort of, you know, experiment with and trial out in terms of, you know, what goes wrong for you, if we can maybe all between us get some sort of, you know, experiments going where we can sort of see what's going wrong for each other. I thought that would be quite a nice idea to sort of grow the channel and just, you know, help each other out. So, you know, let's go forward with this journey, and I've got two to play with now, so it's gonna be quite busy for me. But hope this video was enjoyable for everyone, and if you are thinking of getting a mini, then you know, for me it's a big thumbs up. I'm not going to take this one to bed yet, even though it's nice and clean, but I think I'll just we'll find a place in the garden and I'll do a few sort of other reviews with it, and you know, until next time, give us some ideas and happy composting.